fluffy dog thing, are you here? Wolfman. So you are here. Please. We need to save Godzilla and I need your help. I think you may be the only one who may be able to defeat this thing. Will you help me? Okay, then let's go. We don't have a minute to waste.
How's it, Godzilla fans, kaiju fans, collectors, and just general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla1964 coming back to you with yet another figure review. This time, we'll be reviewing the Y-MSF Wolfman figure. This Wolfman figure did not come this way because, funny story, I got these figures off of eBay as part of a set. It was part of the G-Fest set pretty much. So I got the gray version of the Wolfman, and this one was originally the brown version of the Wolfman. Just different color vinyls, so it looked like this pretty much. No color, no paint, nothing when I got it in. So this is just for reference and just kind of need to know. If you guys buy the Wolfman figure from Y-MSF right now, he's not going to come like this. He's probably going to come like this if you get the gray one, or if you get the brown one, he's going to look like this, but brown. But yeah, just figured you guys should know that before I jump into the review. Okay, so like we always do, let's start off with detail here. Detail work on the Wolfman figure. With the paint, the paint brings out more of the detail, but I think it's a little more fitting if we use this figure to go over detail, because detail on this guy is amazing with capital A. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, from the detail work on the fur to the detail work on the muscles, how there's little indentations and ridges going on with the muscles over here for his chest and his abs. And then the detail on his face for the Wolfman. I mean, they captured the Toho suit very nicely. Only gripe I have with it is the eyes are kind of... Let's see if I can get it over here. The eyes are kind of non-existent. They're just kind of two slits. But I mean, that's fine. I managed to make it work for my figure. And then we get to the head over here, which I didn't notice on the suit, but they added the detail work for the forehead, which is really, really good. It's just kind of this one area on the head where there's no fur, which is really nice. And then speaking of areas with no fur, we have the Wolfman's claws over here, which will look really, really good. His fingers, his claws, and then the inside of his hands over here look really, really nice as well. And then we get to the Wolfman's feet, which are detailed very nicely, even though it's just fur covering up his little paws. But you have the individual toes coming out over here, as well as the individual segments for the toes. And then you have his little claws on his feet as well. Yeah. And then you got the Y-MSF logo on the bottom. We get to Wolfman's back, and we have this kind of matted fur thing going on in the back over here, where the fur drapes over the shoulders to the midsection of the back, as well as this fur draping from his head, I guess, and coming down over here, which kind of gives it this kind of really nice aesthetic look to it, which I really appreciated. And then you strangely have this fur where it kind of drapes down like a loincloth by his butt area, which I noticed for the Wolfman, which I thought was a little weird at first, but when I noticed this on the Wolfman figure, but looking back at the film, it's pretty accurate, and it makes sense to me, honestly, why they would have that. But I mean, even the fur detail behind the knees look really, really nice, and even at the ankles as well. Speaking of fur detail, I want to really showcase this one part, the fact that they gave Wolfman a beard. I really love that part. And this kind of mustache detail going on over here, because he does have the mustache thing going on in the movie, as you can see in the top right over here. He kind of has this little mustache thing going on when he snarls, and he has a beard too. So the way that Y-MSF portrayed it, it worked out really, really, really well. And speaking of portraying things, I love the way that they did his ears over here. You got the little tufts of fur going on for the inner part of the ears. See if the camera can pick it up. Yeah, these little tufts of fur detail over here with the inner part, and then you have the part where the ears, the pink area, or the brown area for the Wolfman. And then yeah, so detail work for the Wolfman figure from Y-MSF in general is similar to a lot of their other works. Detail is amazing. Absolutely cannot praise it enough. And for me personally, if there's any gripes with it, I don't really have any, because I'm just glad we have a Toho Wolfman figure. And I know that this has been kind of going around the internet for, I'd say, about a year, couple years maybe. I might be wrong, there might be longer, but I'm just finally glad to have it in hand. Going over paint for the figure that you guys are going to get in until Y-MSF releases their painted version. There's no paint on the guy, so I can't really review paint wise. You just kind of get this vinyl over here. And then I do not plan on getting the painted version of the Wolfman, only reason being because for me personally as a collector, I tend to get sentimentally attached to my figures. So when I get my figure and when I kind of identify with it and I say, you know, this is my figure, then I stick with it all the way through unless there's something else that comes up or unless it gets broken. So I'm probably going to stick with this Wolfman figure. And for paint, I'm just going to go over what I did for paint with him. So, yeah. You guys just see what I did. So for the paint for the Wolfman, pretty much it's just this kind of white thing going on over here. For the suit, Wolfman's pretty much all white except for the nose area, the eyes, and his hands and his claws. But I decided to kind of go a little bit ham with the brown on this guy. So I painted the face over here brown, the claws brown as well. It's kind of brownish tan color, as well as the toes over here, a little bit of brown as well, just to bring it out a little more. Show that he has toes over there going on. And then for the chest area, what I did was I painted on brown first, because the chest was all brown when I was kind of semi-done with the figure. And I'm saying semi-done because this is before the black wash for the figure as well. Because by the time I was semi-done, I already painted the figure all white. I had finished painting the brown areas on. I haven't touched up the eyes yet, which, by the way, the eyes, the way I kind of made mine pop is I just kind of took the slit and I put some red in the eyes, because in the show, I think his eyes are kind of a reddish yellow color. I tried to add a yellow tint over it, but didn't really work out so well, so I decided to stick with the red, which personally, I really like the red color, but yeah. Oh, and then the brown on the inside of the ears as well. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, to finalize the figure, I pretty much went over with black wash in some areas, especially the areas where there's kind of indentations and where I guess there'd be shadows. I put the black wash over there. And then for the chest area, actually, it's funny because I kind of went over it with the white color a little bit, just to show that, you know, there's some fur. Because in the movie, the actual suit for the Wolfman, the chest is just full white. But for me, I didn't exactly like that design choice, so I went with this. Because I believe there's a Y-MSF keychain minifigure of this guy where instead of the brown areas are pink and then the chest was pink, and I like that look, so I went with the look for this guy as well. Except for pink, I used brown. That's it for paint, even though there's nothing really much to talk about for paint. Moving on to articulation. So articulation for the Wolfman figure, you're going to get 3 solid points of articulation. You're going to get swivel at the waist, and then rotation at the arms over here. And then for the Wolfman, for some reason, for the brown one, the joints were looser. They weren't as hard to move. And then for the gray one, you guys may have the case where you guys have really, really stiff joints, which isn't a problem. For me, okay, yeah, see, yeah, for me, I like the joints, I like my joints kind of loose for my figures, because that way I can easily move them when I'm doing the skits for you guys. And yeah, that's just something to look out for, because you may get some figures where, you know, the quality is where the joints may be a little stiff for yours versus they may be loose for others. Thankfully, I haven't had run into any other problems with both the versions of the Wolfman, the gray and the brown version. So yeah, very thankful for that. And then size comparison for the Wolfman, that's where it's a bit of a downfall. Even though a lot of Y-MSF figures are kind of bigger in scale to kind of match up with their line of figures. Because for the Bandai figures, they don't quite match up as well, in my opinion, at least for the Wolfman. That's why in my videos he looks a lot bigger than the figure I just brought up right now, Godzilla 1962, which is supposed to be in the suit who fought him. Although in some scenes, the Godzilla 1964 suit was fighting the Wolfman as well, even though the Wolfman was like Kong size in both films. So yeah, I mean, sizing the Wolfman may be a bit big, but it's not really a problem or an issue because the detail work and the paint department kind of not, or the detail work for the figure kind of knocks out of the park, and the fact that we're getting a unmade Toho movie or Godzilla movie of a monster that, you know, was part of the unmade movie also knocks it out of the park. As I'm just I guess for me, I'm speechless that we even got the figure, and I'm extremely grateful that we even got the figure. But yeah, and then just to wrap this guy up, what I recommend you guys buying it if you guys have the chance to. Yes, 100% red, yes, because I think Y-MSF is going to be coming out with more releases of this guy, the Y-MSF Wolfman figure. Hopefully they're going to be coming out with more releases, and hopefully the next release is going to be the fully painted version, and then that way you guys can also be getting, I guess, review into what Y-MSF did with their Wolfman figure in the paint department. But yeah, overall, if I had a star system for this guy, I'd give this guy all 5 stars. Well, maybe 4.5 stars because the scale's a little big, but I mean, like I said, no biggie. But yeah, probably gonna go with 5 stars. Okay, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. And then if there's anything that I may have missed with this Wolfman figure, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, or if you just want to let me know about anything in general, even if it's in regards to the Wolfman or Godzilla versus the Wolfman movie, that I definitely should know about the suit and the figure, then yeah, be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below, because it really helps with the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, which kind of stinks. Besides that, if you like what you see on the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be rolling out videos more than we were within like a month ago, I guess you can say. Because last week we rolled out 2 videos, and then this week we're probably going to roll out this one, and then possibly another video, depending. But yeah, until next time, guys, peace.
Are you the next guy going up against Godzilla 62?
All I gotta say is, good luck, and try not to get burned out there. Yeah.